The Total War series might have been around since the turn of the century, but that doesn't mean it's taking its fans for granted. Developer Creative Assembly made a whole host of meaningful changes for Total War Warhammer in order to make sure that the world of the tabletop game fits snugly into its formula, and now it's refining that formula for Total War Warhammer 2. Visuals are more varied, and the campaign map is a more interesting mix of islands, continents, and oceans, and there's a much better sense of you being in a world locked in conflicts that are eons old. Warhammer 2 is not just a game of refinement though. There are a number of completely new features that promise to combine and offer something more satisfying over the long term than its predecessor. These are our favorite of those new features in Total War Warhammer 2. The truth about grand strategy games is that they often suffer from a dull and pointless endgame in which the outcome is known long before the final turn is over. Once you get to a certain point of dominance, with so much power that no one has any chance of catching you, the rest of the game is just a procession to the finish line. Total War Warhammer 2 is trying to overcome that problem by adding in something called the Great Vortex, a magical site positioned in the heart of the campaign map that has the ability to turn the tide for or against you. Even if your army is weak and you're struggling to expand your borders, you can still win the game if you work towards completing the missions required to control the Vortex. You might even decide to abandon land or military expansion altogether and concentrate only on the Vortex. Of all of Warhammer 2's new features, it's the Great Vortex that has the potential to be the most groundbreaking and the one that inspires future strategy games. The Skaven are the race that Warhammer fans have wanted to see since the original Total War Warhammer, and Creative Assembly has finally delivered. This time they're here and fully playable alongside their High Elf, Dark Elf, and Lizardmen enemies. Thanks to the fact their settlements look like simple, common ruins on the campaign map, our hands-on experience with them has shown that you're going to do very well with the Skaven if you're interested in playing a stealthy game. You can set up ambushes for your enemies and use the resulting bloodshed to empower your advance on rival cities. Skaven might not be the most civilized or cultured of races, but they certainly offer some of the most unique and interesting tactical options. We haven't seen it with our own eyes yet, but Warhammer 2 promises a variation on its campaign that combines the lands and factions seen in both the first release and this upcoming sequel. That means every territory here and in the original will be included, as well as the option to play as any faction across both games, including any DLC factions you've got your hands on. The scale of the idea is incredible, and it will be fascinating to see how many different factions from different games are balanced against one another, and what kind of results we'll see from using specific faction powers against others. A four-way battle for power involving High Elves, Greenskins, Skaven, and the humans of the Empire sounds like something we definitely want a piece of. Ruins are a new addition to the campaign that you can explore in a bid to find treasure or other useful items. Or, if your exploration goes badly, you might come out and find yourself cursed or crippled in some other way. Some runes offer a short, self-contained narrative that can branch in different directions depending on the dialogue choices that you make when prompted to do so. And we're more than happy to have more snippets of narrative in between planning for battles and working out how to control the Vortex in the grand strategy campaign of Total War Warhammer 2. Total War Warhammer 2 marches onto the PC on September 28th, but if you're looking for more Warhammer 2 right now, you can check out the Skaven reveal trailer or our live E3 gameplay demo.